All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. It is Saturday, June 8th. I have 4 MLB plays coming your way in today's video. We're still on the road for the next few days, guys, so the videos are still abbreviated. I know I say that in every single video, but if you are new here, usually we go through each and every game on the slate. I give you my lean across the board. We talk about the side, the total, player props, all that, but when we are traveling, we do kind of like a hybrid version of the video, in which I just give you my favorite plays that we see early in the morning. But as always, guys, keep an eye on the pinned comment for any updates or any final plays, additions and stuff like that. So just keep an eye on that pinned comment. These plays with the odds will be in there as well. In terms of yesterday, the win streak kind of came to an end. We go 2-3. Not the worst. 2-3 is not going to kill us. I am still happy and proud that the Cal Raleigh under 1.5 bases train continues. We could keep the crown on of King of the Bases. We have a bases prop coming your way today as well, just one of them, but luckily that hit. The Braves Nats Nerfy was the only other hit that we had. Wisdom gets up to the plate, strikeout. Next time gets up, strikeout. So the under 1.5 strikeouts, not the best look there. But then the other two plays, the Twins didn't even put up a run, and then the Sox Nerfy, there's a home run in the first inning by Luis Robert. So yeah. Unfortunately, 2-3 night, but you know what? Let's get it back today. Before we do get into the picks, I know this is a baseball video, but for game number 2 of the NBA Finals here, we got a Jason Tatum free square over on Sleeper. There's a link in the pinned comment and in the description if you guys do want to go and check out Sleeper, guys. 100% of your first deposit matched, and you get this Jason Tatum free square. Go ahead and check it out. Perfect time to hop on there. Baseball absolutely in full swing. NHL, now NBA Finals. Like, go ahead and check out Sleeper, guys. Again, that link is in the pinned comment. But yeah, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Play number 1/play number 2. I know I said 4 plays coming your way, but I guess realistically it's 5. But we're gonna put a half unit on each of these plays. So realistically, 1 unit. The first unit that we're talking about today is gonna be Phillies on the money line, and then also Phillies first 5 money line. Ranger Suarez on the bump here for Phillies. He's been looking really, really good. 1.7 ERA. On the road, he's actually been even better than at home. He has a 133 average against at on the road this year, which is really great. Going up against Sean Manaea, who I don't necessarily trust. He's had his ups and downs this season. He had a good start against the Phillies back in May, but even in that same series, Ranger Suarez had a start which he went 5 innings, 0 earned runs in that series. So I think that even if you compare what Manaea did good against this Phillies team, well, you could say Suarez did even better in that game. So I think that there is a pitching advantage here. Manaea's coming off of a game in which Arizona absolutely touched him up, so hopefully that kind of continues here. And when it comes to the offenses, like, this is a Mets team that's been up and down offensively on the season, but the Phillies have been kind of consistent, right? Top 10 in virtually all categories against left-handed pitchers in the last 30 days. Now the Mets are as well, but when they're at home, they have not been hitting lefties. So I think this is a good spot for Ranger Suarez to continue his road success, but also just the Phillies overall. Like, I like their bullpen. It's kind of coming into form, which is weird because that was a bullpen that we were fading earlier on in the year. But now I don't really mind, Phillies taking them full game as well as first 5, having 2 ways around it. You could also do, the double result, which is essentially parlaying these two, saying that, after the 5 innings, they're going to be winning, and then they'll also win the game. But for me, we're being a little bit more conservative here. Still early-ish in the year. We're going to go half unit money line, half unit first 5 for play number 1 here. Let's move on to play number 2. We are going right back to something that cashed for us yesterday. We got the Braves and the Nationals Nerfy here. So on the mound for the Braves is going to be Charlie Morton going up against Mackenzie Gore. Starting with the Braves side of things, on the season they've cashed 54% of the Nerfies here. They've cashed 7 of their last 10. Washington 9 of their last 10. But on the season when Charlie Morton starts, 64% of these games have resulted in Nerfies. And then when you look at it from a Charlie Morton on the road, 4 of 80%, but 4 of his 5 away starts this season, they've cashed Nerfy. So I do like this spot here. Again, this is something that cashed yesterday. We like to see that. On the season for Washington, 71% of their games have resulted in a Nerfy. 6 straight games, in fact, when Mackenzie Gore pitches. Still pretty damn good, 67%, so 2/3 of his starts this season. When at home, he's cashed 5 of his 7 starts. So I think this is a good spot for, a Nerfy to occur, just like it was yesterday. Both of these offenses are obviously, decent offenses. I'm not not trying to necessarily take away from that, but the pitching, it's kind of what we backed yesterday, and I think the Braves offense is a little bit better, but Mackenzie Gore's numbers to a Nerfy is incredible, right? So if he can get through that Braves offense, I'm not stressing about Charlie Morton, who's been really good on the road to get 3 outs against Washington, who, if this is the Braves offense, Washington's offense is below that, at least, as of recently, especially when we're just looking at the first 6 outs of the game. So I like this Braves Nats Nerfy there. Moving on, another play that we rolled with yesterday, but you know what? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. These wheels are still turning. The minute this one doesn't cash, we probably won't look at it anymore, but Cal Raleigh here, under 1.5 bases. Another play that, another bases prop that I just like the spot. Now, he isn't going up against a lefty. That's been kind of where we're targeting, right? He's batting 200 on the season against righties. It actually jumps to 219. Still not all that crazy, but his extra base hit percent jumps from 41 to 34. I like to see that because he's going up against Alec Marsh today, who against left-handed batters, his batting average against drops to 185 on the season. So it's kind of like a flipperooski here in terms of what we bet on yesterday with Riley. We were backing him against a lefty. Now it's more so the righty pitcher against lefties here. So I still like this spot. I still think we're getting decent odds here. Across the board, Marsh against lefties is a little bit better as well. So hopefully he can kind of reel it in. This has been a decent spot to continuously kind of poke at and play. So we'll continue to roll with that. Marsh, again, not very good against righties. Lefties is where he specializes. And Cal Raleigh, we've been rolling with this play for 2 in a row. He's hit the under in 9 of his last 10 games, in 16 of his last 20. On the season, the under in 71% of games here. So still a trending play, but at some point, he's going to hit a home run or an extra base hit. I understand that, but as of right now, I still like the spot. Now, our last play here, it's kind of a banger. We have a plus 140 play here, and it's George Springer under 0.5 strikeouts, which is kind of like, I guess, an interesting one to look at because it just means he can't strike out whatsoever. He's going up against Luis Medina here for the A's. I don't necessarily consider him an absolute strikeout king. I think he has like a 28% K rate on the season, which is decent, but against righties, which obviously Springer's going to bat from the right side here, against righties, it drops down to 25%. What I like about Springer is on the season, 14% K rate. Against righties, 14% K rate. His average jumps a little bit as well. He has a decent, I think it's a double-digit walk rate. I don't have that here in the notes, but I'm pretty damn sure. And he's going to get fastball, cutter, slider, sinker as the main pitches. But for those first 2 pitches, not cutter, curveball, are the main pitches that Medina's going to throw. Fastball, his K rate jumps down to 12%, and his WOBA goes up to 314. Against the curve, he's yet to strike out this season against a curveball, so a K rate of 0, and his WOBA up to 460. So that should be the put-away pitch that Medina likes to throw. Springer likes to hit it. So I think that this is a really, really nice look. Again, if you're like, oh, that's a terrible pick, it's like, no kidding. It's 0.5 strikeouts, and it's plus 140 for a reason. But I think that the spot here could be worth a nice little plus 140 flyer. So again, to recap, we can go through. We got plays number 1 and 2, really number 1 back in the Phillies here for our second unit, but third play, Braves, Nats, Nerfy. Then we move into Cal Raleigh here, under 1.5 bases. And then, like we just talked about, George Springer, under 0.5 strikeouts. Essentially, the dude just can't strike out overall in this game. Guys, make sure to go and check out Sleeper. Like I already said, that free square, that link is in the pinned comment and in the description, whichever is easiest for you. You're going to get your first deposit matched. If you're in a state where Sleeper is available and you're not on Sleeper, stop sleeping. Wake up. It's my favorite player prop app out there. Go ahead and check it out. But this is the last time you'll see me in this setting. We're moving to a new Airbnb today, so still be on the road. But things might be a little bit different in the next video. But we'll catch you guys in the next one, all right? Peace out.